If you're under 25 and you are a creative professional or you want to be a creative professional in any creative capacity, then you need to be paying attention, experimenting with, and thinking about AI. I wanted to make this intro recording to a series of materials that I'm creating that are going to really shed a light on a lot of things I've learned since commercial AI has become a thing in the past 3 years. But it's also going to give you, a young person who's just starting out in the workforce, some context about what this is and what the challenges related to AI are, what the opportunities are, what some of them are. Because what I've seen in the landscape and the conversation around AI is of course, in our polarized era where the most polarized content or information tends to rise to the top, it's a battle of two extremes. And you've probably seen this. On one hand, you've got the super accelerationists. These are the people that are many times have some financial incentive or some social incentive to hype AI products, whether they're creators of products, whether they're startup founders, CEOs, that type of thing. Of course, they're going to say this is a good thing. Of course, they're going to say you should buy the product and try it and do all of these things. Then on the other side, you have a large contingent of people who are staunchly anti-AI, and they're anti-AI for many different reasons. For some, it's environmental impact. For some, it's fairness. For some, it's ethics. For some, it's education, integrity, whether people are actually learning or not. And on this side, you have people many who haven't really used the technology, who don't know really what it is, but a lot of them are parroting narratives that they've just heard in the mainstream. And the same goes on the extreme side. So where does that leave you, the young person who's just starting out, who's navigating very real, probably visible changes in the workforce? You see job listings going away. You see bots everywhere on social media. You see your opportunities to get professional experience and make a living through something that you're passionate about. Those opportunities seem fewer and far between every day. And AI is having a huge, less and less invisible impact on those prospects. And I can tell you I'm right there with you, even though I have long passed my under 25 years. I'm there with you. This is a huge monumental shift, and it can be very scary. But what I want you to get from what I'm creating or the things that I'm putting together is as biased, as unbalanced, or I'm saying all the wrong things. as balanced as possible take on this, because I've been back and forth on this AI thing. I'm a writer first, and yeah, there's much to do about AI images, AI so-called art, which that's a huge part of the conversation. But when it comes to writing, I mean, back in 2021, hell, going back to 2017, 18, when I was working as an interpreter, I saw the writing on the wall, pun intended, right? I saw that, that this was going to be a huge challenge for me as someone who likes to write, that my writing could be replicated. And I think I saw first in 2021 that the first AI, like, writing, very crude, they couldn't write very well, but it could already write. So I already saw this happening even before ChatGPT had come out. And so I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, like, where's my value? How am I going to continue to do the thing that I love to do how can I actually make a living from it in this environment where everything that I write is immediately reproducible. It's immediately copied. And so that's what I've put together. I've put it together for a junior editor that I'm working with. But if you're interested in getting this thing that I put together, it's a PDF. It's going to be a slideshow, and then I'm also going to have a masterclass about this. Then join my email list or something. I hadn't really planned to put this out to like mass put it out, but I think it is important because I think this stuff is moving so fast, and you have those that are claiming to have the answer. But I'm going to tell you, I've been in circles where people are seriously talking about this stuff. They're using it, and nobody has the answers. Nobody really knows what the long-term impact of this is. Nobody really knows how to build a business or have a sustainable career with this because it's just too new. Any guru online that's saying this is how you get rich with AI, I'm not saying they're lying to you, but I'm telling you that they don't know, and it's questionable. You should question whether the majority of the wealth was actually created by AI, because most of these people were already rich, were already knowledgeable, or they had some type of advantage to where they're just tacking on that they used AI, but they already had money. There's very few people that I'm aware of that have made it to a sustainable level of living just by using AI. It's just too new. It hasn't been out yet. There's probably some people out there, but I mean, they're probably few and far between. Certainly not as many as your YouTube hype feed would have you believe. So my whole goal with this is to add some nuance to this conversation because I don't see it. I only see the super hardcore pro AI and the hardcore, often very angry anti AI. But I don't see people who are wrestling with this at the creator level. So that's why I wanted to create this. But if you are just starting out, you really should be paying attention to this because it's not going away. There's government dollars involved. There's regulations involved. Whether, the jury is literally out on whether the whole thing becomes legal or not. I doubt it will. And even if there was some sweeping government regulation that said all AI generated anything is illegal. First of all, I don't even know how you would enforce that. Second of all, would people still use it? Would there still be companies developing it and working on it? Absolutely. It's not going to stop. This is the human urge to fly as high as we can, and I've seen it on a collective level, and it's not going to stop until there's been some type of satisfactory limit reached, and nobody knows where that limit is. So you should be paying attention to this. If you're not, then you don't have to, of course. But if you're not, I'd say that you are missing out on something on the issue of our era. Every era has their issue of the day, and this is yours. AI, this is mine. And the interesting thing is, whether you are pro or anti-AI, you are in a position to shape how future generations interface with AI, what they use it for, how they use it, how far it goes. You're in a position right now. So instead of being in YouTube comments, blasting people on social media about why it's terrible that their stuff is AI, or watching another accelerationist video that's saying that robots will take all of our jobs tomorrow, we should just hope for UBI and do whatever the fuck with our time, then you might want to get involved. And I hope this is your first step to seriously thinking about it. Thanks for listening.